What's up? My name is Matthew Newbeck, and I'm going to be your virtual instructor for this section of college algebra. And so what I want to do in this hopefully quick video is just give you a tour of the resources that you're going to be using online. And I want to take this moment to remind you that my office hours are still going to be taking place in person on campus. I'm in Modular 2, office number 16, so that's why my office address says mod 2 dash, or maybe I think dash 16. And those mods are sort of, well, they're by Garage 2, but they're not on the side of Garage 2 where Health Services is. If Health Services is at or on the north side of Garage 2, then my modular is sort of on the west side of Garage 2, near the bridge that goes over to Sovi. I'm going to post a link that'll give you an even better idea how to find my specific office, even once you get into Mod 2, because it's a little bit of a maze. But for the moment, let's stick with these online resources. So you're going to find that this is what the majority of my videos look like. I'm going to be hanging with you in the top left corner most of the time. I've got an iPad hooked up, and you'll see me work through a bunch of example problems. I might dip into the ebook every once in a while in order to direct you to some resources there in the various videos. But for the most part, these videos are going to run like a regular lecture where I'm going to be working through example problems and trying to anticipate, because I've been doing this for a while now, anticipate what questions you will have and answer those before you maybe even realize that you have those questions. So where I'm starting right now is in Canvas, and for those of you who are new to Canvas, when you log in, I think this is something like what your landing page or maybe your dashboard looks like. And your course, or my course, is this one in the top left corner that's green, so I'm going to click on that one. But even before that, in the left-hand column, you see Account with my picture, Dashboard, Courses, Groups, Calendar, Inbox. So it's not just the inbox, I really think it should say Messaging or something like that, because if you click into Inbox, it gives you the opportunity to read. I have 3 messages waiting for me. So you can read incoming messages, and you can also write outgoing messages. If you click, I'm not going to click into Inbox because it would show some student names, and so for privacy, I want to make sure that I don't do that. But if you do click into Inbox, somewhere near the top left corner of the screen, right about where I am, you'll see a little square with a pencil, and you can click on that and then use a couple of drop downs in order to send messages through there. I want you to use that when you're communicating with me, unless for some reason you can't attach a file or something to a Canvas message, then you could switch over and use your Eagle Mail. Don't message me from Hotmail or from Gmail. I'd like you to use your Eagle Mail, and you can message me at mnewbeck@fgcu.edu. All right, I think that covers most of what's on this screen, at least as far as what I'm going to do with you. Let's click into our course. Here we are. So this is close to what your landing page looks like. This is actually the syllabus tab in our course, because on the right-hand side of the screen, see where it says choose home page? So I had to do that, and this syllabus page was a great way for me to just put some links up here for you to get you started for the course. So welcome, and if you click on the link right below where it says College Algebra in green, that's going to be your course calendar. What the course calendar, let's see how this works. Does it open a new tab? No, it just takes us right into it. So this is your calendar for your virtual course, which is why it says virtual there. And what's going to happen on January 12th is your 1.1 homework is going to become available in MyMathLab, and we're going to look at that in a moment. And the lecture video that corresponds to that homework assignment is already available to you in YouTube. Last semester, because that was the first full COVID semester, I did create an entire video series for this course where I go through and do long form lectures. So those videos are long, just like you're sitting in a regular lecture, anywhere from 30 to 60 minutes per section. but the opportunity exists for you there to take notes as you would in a regular classroom, and you can also go back and reference those example problems when it comes time to be studying for a chapter test and then later for a final exam. You can take notes on those example problems, and if you have questions on them, you could accumulate those over the course of however many days, and then you could come into office hours on Wednesday and ask some very specific questions on what happened in lecture videos if you wanted to. So that's one option and a couple of uses for those videos. I'll show you where to find those. So the dates that you're seeing here, as well as, like it says, 1.1 lecture online. So that lecture is already there. 1.1 homework due Friday by midnight. Now 1.1 homework is listed under January 12 because that's when that homework assignment is going to become available in MyMathLab. I'm going to click on this tab near the top right that says MyMathLab, and I'm just going to sign in. Now, if you haven't gone through the registration process yet, you would have clicked student instead of clicking on sign in. And I'm going to allow that, and I'm going to hope that my credentials are saved in here. Does it recognize my face? It did. Let's see if it saved the right information. It did. All right, so here are the courses that I'm teaching using MyMathLab, and yours is the third one down, so let's go and click in there. All right, so this is the back end of this software. So it's showing course tools, which you're not going to use. Your opening page is going to look more like this. All right, so you're seeing here, welcome back, and then gradebook. You don't have any grades yet. Actually, these are my grades that are in here, so that's not helpful to you. And then assignments. So these are assignments that, now because I'm not logged in as a student, I can't tell you for sure, but I'm pretty sure that you're going to see assignments show up, and they'll have corresponding opening and closing dates. An even better way to see those is, let me go back to my course home, and in the left-hand column, I'm going to click on the homework link. I'm doing all these for the first time this semester on an iPad, so it's prompting me for everything. Right, so I clicked on homework, and you see that nothing's showing yet. When your homework assignments are available, you're going to start seeing a list of assignments accumulate on this page, and opening and closing dates will also appear there. Let me see if I can just quickly change one so that we can see a little bit better what it looks like. Now, I thought this assignment would have been visible already, but let me check the settings on this. It's available on the 12th, which is tomorrow. So let me just change that to today so that we can see it. There we go. And now I've got to get back where I came from. Right, and main menu and homework. All right, so there we go. And this happens every once in a while. It's happening now. You'll see it happen in some of my videos. Every once in a while, the iPad decides to stop communicating with the computer. I'm bouncing it through a video switcher, so sometimes that's the issue. It should come back. There we are. So I clicked on that homework link, and this is where I said you're going to see a list of homework assignments accumulate. So you could then click on that blue link and go in to your first homework assignment. Also in the left-hand column, I was talking about video lectures a few minutes ago now. And in the left column, 2 below homework, you're seeing Nubeck's videos. If you click on that link, it's, I'm not going to read that out loud, but you can click here to access lecture video playlists. So I'm going to click there, and it's going to open another tab for me probably. Yep, here we go. So I created this channel called Matthew, and very clever, of course. And what you're seeing here are for all of the courses that I have video series for, like Calculus 1, Elementary Calculus, Pre-Calc. I'm going to be building that one out this semester. And then here's College Algebra. And if you needed some review stuff from Intermediate Algebra, you could use those videos also. But in College Algebra, you're seeing Chapter 1, Chapter 2, 3, 4, and 5. So these are lists of playlists, I think. Let's go. Yeah, it's a playlist. So I'm going to click View Full Playlist under Chapter 1. So in the right-hand column, you're seeing the videos that are available for each one of the sections within Chapter 1. Some are longer, some are shorter, but there they are. Okay. Now I got to get out of here. All right, I'm just going to close that tab. I don't need this homework tab anymore. I don't need the list of homework assignments. That's not helpful. And that's not exactly what yours is going to look like, but it's pretty close. Okay, so as long as we're here in MyMathLab, let's look at the other stuff that's available. In the left-hand column, you're seeing Course Home. Your home screen is going to look a little bit different than mine. In the left-hand column, you're then seeing Gradebook. Get back there. Gradebooks, you'll click on that in order to see your grades that you're accumulating this semester. Those will be homework scores and test scores. If you have classmates who are taking a college algebra class in person, they might have quiz or lecture activity scores. And let's see. So below me, you see the 0%, and then below that, you're seeing past month and all assignments. So you can filter what grades are being shown by using these drop-downs. And how your calculation of your score is happening, you could click on Show Calculation, and that has certain percentages that correspond to it. Did that work? There we go. So homework, quizzes, tests, final exam. Now I need to make adjustments here to the weights of these categories. Your quiz category is going to disappear, and your homework, test, and final exam category weights will be slightly adjusted from what you're seeing there, and they will correspond to what's listed in the syllabus. Below Gradebook is homework, so you're going to click into homework to find your homework scores. Now in Notes, this is really nice. If you click on Notes, you're seeing chapter and section ranges. So here I'm going to click on 1.1 through 1.4, and that's probably, oh, it opened it right in here. You could download this. This is a PDF. I don't know how to download it when I'm on the iPad, but I'm pretty sure that if you're on a desktop, just by moving your cursor around, you'll get to a download option. So you can download these and print them out. And that's what I highly recommend for all the students that I'm working with in person. And it's not letting me scroll any further down. All right, so you're going to have to experiment with this a little bit, hopefully on a desktop. You should be able to download this as a PDF and scroll through this. And what you'll find, I'm going to click on the next group of notes. So here, for example, you can see that there are some definitions, quadratic equation, zero product principle, solving a quadratic equation by factoring, and then there are example problems. So in my videos, you're going to see me come into these exact notes and work out these problems. So if you'd like to print these out and 3-hole punch them, and then be taking notes along with the video lectures, if you're that kind of a learner, I highly recommend doing that. That'd be very beneficial, I think. One of the biggest challenges, I think, especially in math class, is trying to figure out what kind of a learner you are. How do you learn best? You learn best by repetition, by taking notes, by hearing the problems spoken and worked through, and just watching what's going on, and then going into your homework assignment and practicing problems and pulling up example problems next to your homework problems and kind of mimicking the process. Those are things that you're going to have to experiment with. maybe yet again this semester to really get dialed in on what kind of a learner you are. And here is our special guest. Would you like to come say hello? Come here. When I'm in here making my recordings, you'll get to meet Sophie and Luna, and you'll see her or them in some of the lecture videos. But when I'm in here making videos, she has wicked FOMO and just has to be in here and know what's going on at all times. It makes her sleepy. All right, let's keep going. So use these notes, or at least I recommend that you use these notes. Let's get rid of those tabs. It's all responding a little slowly. All right, so we're back into the calendar, and the next sort of major event that you're going to see are your chapter tests that occur in here. I will send you additional information about your chapter tests. You're going to be taking those in MyMathLab. You'll click on them just like they're a regular homework assignment, except they will be timed, and you will need to be using a lockdown browser. So again, I'll send you more information about those as they get closer, but plan on, my guess is that I'm going to schedule so that the Chapter 1 test will be available all day on January 26th, except it'll be timed. So once you click into it and start working on it, there will be a clock that starts ticking, and you're only going to have an hour and 15 minutes to complete that exam, because if you were taking the corresponding exam in class, you would only have an hour and 15 minutes to work on it. Now maybe I'll give you an hour and 30 minutes just in case you're wrestling with some lockdown browser issues or a technical difficulty or something like that. But for the most part, that's it. You'll only have the hour and 15 minutes. For college algebra, you can use a scientific calculator. Don't use any additional resources. It's not open book. It's not open notes. Just you, a pencil, scratch paper, a calculator, and that timed test. All right, so I'm going to pause this real quick and try to find where everything else went. Where's MyMathLab? All right, the clock's ticking again. So I found it. I had to log back in. So we talked about my videos. The next thing I want to look at below Newbeck's videos is the Multimedia library. Everything I click on opens a new tab. I don't know why. So here I am in the Multimedia library, and I'm going to click on the drop down and choose Chapter 1. And then I'm going to leave it selected as all sections, and then I'm going to choose a couple of these little sort of radio buttons. Let's do chapter test prep videos, the multimedia textbook, guided visualizations. That sounds like you should burn incense when you're using that one. I don't actually know what that one is. You can check that one out on your own. I'm going to click on video also, and then click find now. And then you see these items appear down here. So you have to scroll down in order to access the results of that find process. And there are a lot of results. So down here under videos are some shorter videos that are about specific topics within each chapter section. They're pretty well labeled, and you can see that they're shorter than mine, but if you took the total time of the videos for Chapter 1, Section 1, you add all those times together, it starts getting up there, more like a traditional lecture. Some of my videos in YouTube are time-stamped, and you'll be able to go through and get back to specific spots in those videos by using the timestamps. I am working on finishing time-stamping all of those videos, so hopefully I'll get caught up this semester. So there are videos that you can use. Now these are created by your publisher, or the publisher of this book, Pearson, is the publishing company. These are other videos that you can check out, and the multimedia textbook, those are links that will take you directly into specific sections of your textbook. I recommend that you use the textbook, if for no other reason than to give structure or additional structure to your note-taking process. Within the textbook, just like any textbook that you've seen in the past, there's a chapter title, and then there are some subsections within each chapter section, and there are example problems within each one of those subsections. So that's another really well organized way to get exposed to a variety of different types of problems that you might encounter on a chapter test or your final exam. So you can even go into the textbook and find one of those example problems, and it will have a solution process that goes along with it. Keep that scrolled off of the screen or put another window over the solution process. Try to work that problem out on your own, and then reference the solution process if you need some guidance. You can do the same thing with my videos or the publisher videos, or any kind of problem that you find that has a worked out solution process. Try to start out covering the solution, because you want to ideally be able to solve these problems on your own without assistance, because that's what you're going to have to do on your tests. Most of you knew that already, but just a reminder, right? The goal is to be able to solve these problems on your own without assistance. Okay, back into the left-hand column under Multimedia Library, Chapter Contents. This is just another way to get to those same destinations that we were just talking about within the chapters. So there's Chapter 5. Look at that. To the right of where it says Chapter 5, there's a list of links, table of contents, preface, to the student, about the author, applications, index, appendix, answer to selected exercises. That's like when your high school teacher maybe told you that the answer to the odd-numbered problems are in the back of the book. That's a link to the back of the book. So selected exercises, I'm pretty sure when you see those referenced in the body of your ebook, you can then come in. This is one way that you could come in and then find the answer to selected exercises from your book. Now this calendar that I just clicked on in the left-hand column, select the, okay, let's try the virtual calendar. What is this thing? Oh, that's just our calendar, right? It's the electronic version. So that was available through Canvas. I've also posted it here in MyMathLab. Below calendar in the left-hand column is your syllabus, and then there is the study plan. The study plan is an adaptive service, sort of, that is provided by this software. As you're answering homework problems correctly and incorrectly, the software is keeping track, and then you can use the study plan. I'm going to click on that. I've got a new window, which I have to approve as a pop-up. Jeez. And I think maybe it's, oh, just to the left of me. Is it this corner? Am I pointing at the right corner? Yeah, right there. It says all chapters. There are a couple of other links that are hidden below me in this little window, but I'm going to click on all chapters. And I've got it narrowed down only to the chapters that we're using in this course. I'm going to click on the plus sign to the left of Chapter 1. I see the sections within Chapter 1. I'm going to click into 1.2, and these are the subsections within that section. So you can click on any one of these links, like the second one, solve linear equations in one variable. You can go into here and find some additional practice problems. Some of them have a little film strip next to them, which I believe means that there is a publisher-provided video that you can get direct access to while you're working on that problem. There was another little symbol next to it that I'm not sure what it meant. But let's check out. Now this is what your homework problems are going to look like also. Over on the right-hand side, notice where it says question help. If you click that, you can use any one of these aids. Now this is in a review problem. This is not specifically a homework problem in a homework assignment. But you're going to have many of these options available while you're working on a homework assignment also. So view an example, experiment with all of those for that matter. But the video link is the one that I was looking for under question help, so that'll take you right to an explanation from your publisher. Not from the author of the book, but someone who's been handpicked to try to assist and create some additional videos for you. All right, let's get rid of that tab. Let's get rid of that one. That was the study plan, and I think that's it for MyMathLab, all right? I'm going to click back out to My Courses because... Oh, Sophie, don't climb on the computer. If you haven't done so already, under your course, which is the third one down with the red bar next to it, you see where it says Newbeck 90634. That's your, I think it's called the course code. So while you're registering for MyMathLab, you're going to need two codes. One's an access code, which is the part that you have to pay for. And then you'll need a course code or course ID. And that's what that is. That'll take you right into our section. You don't want to use the wrong one because then your grades and your progress will be going in with the wrong group of students and I won't be able to find you. So please use the correct one. Wow, I think that's it. All right. If you have questions, Canvas message me. And my hope is that you're going to be keeping up with your... I forgot to turn my volume down on my phone, sorry. My hope is that you'll be keeping up with homework assignments, taking notes, accumulating specific problems, and that you'll come and pay me a visit during office hours so that I can help keep you on track. I have very limited availability to do Zoom sessions or Canvas conference sessions in order to supplement my office hours. I have tried to do that. I've tried to set up my laptop during office hours and have essentially a virtual student in there during regular office hours. It's tricky. So if for some reason you're not able to make it during office hours, or you will consistently not be able to make it because of a work obligation or something like that, reach out to me through Canvas and let's see if we can come up with a good option for you. Don't forget that you also have the Center for Academic Achievement through FGCU, which can provide free virtual tutoring as well as in-person tutoring. And on campus, so in person in Seidler Hall 126, there is a free math tutoring lab. There are computers in that tutoring lab, and there are students who the math department has hired. So we've sort of handpicked some students to work in there as tutors. So if you're on campus, you can go and work on homework assignments in there. And if you have a question, right then and there, you could raise your hand and one of the tutors who's working in there will come over and try to point you in the right direction. So you've got a lot of different resources. If you find that you're getting behind, if you want some additional assistance, whatever it is that I can do to be helpful, or what Sophie can do to be helpful, just shoot me a message, let me know. And I'm going to support you the best I can. A little tricky virtually, but we're going to make it work. All right, y'all. Thanks so much.